Hello, today is Wednesday, January 26th, and our message today is life is an adventure, and that is the theme of today's spread. It's going to be, it's not the end of the month, it's not even the middle of the month, but it's really going to be just a check-in on what our, let's toss apprehension aside and plunge ahead, and we're going to cast the cards and ask 10 questions about, goals and attitudes and challenges and what happens if we give up. And that's going to be the theme of this. And it's inspired by, I believe today, January 26th, 1905 is the birthday of the inspiration for for Maria von Trapp, the Sound of Music, the main person in Sound of Music, how she was going to be a nun, and then she becomes a nun into this big family. But there's like all these different things that she wanted to do and not do, and like what her life ended up unfolding like. So it's just the inspiration that sometimes, kind of like the fool, that climbs the mountain because he doesn't know that he shouldn't. And so he's not afraid, right? The card of the fool, is really like a constant reminder that life is about the journey, not the destination. I know that. For me, that's really something I live by in just seeking out the journey of it. I never know what the outcome of anything is going to be. I'm just excited to take the adventure and see, what happens, right? Like the unknown of it all. So we are going to ask a bunch of questions and see where you are at with your plans. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we find. I thought about doing this more towards like the middle of the month, but I'm excited today. Let's do this. So let's talk about what is my goal. It's a 10-card spread, and we're going to start right here. Let's see how my space is. So what is my goal? You have the Page of Cups here. So your goal is, there's a few messages going on here. One, it's something that you've been thinking about and daydreaming about, fantasizing about for a long time. It could be something you want to do when you were little. Like being a dancer, or maybe being an actress or an actor, a model, a musician, a tarot reader. I don't know. Like, it's just something that was a dream of yours. And it could be, going back to school to be a lawyer or to be a doctor, or just something that you really had a dream of that was less of a goal, more of a dream when you were younger. And there was a lot of heart in it. It really was an authentic dream. And so today, as we're casting these cards, and if you stopped here and you're watching this, and the question was, what is my goal? What you're reminded of is that was a dream that you had before, and now you're thinking about it different. At this stage in your life, you're thinking about, well, why isn't it a goal? Why was it a dream? And if this is something that isn't that far off from when you thought about it, it's something that's, whether it's a long time ago or whether you're actually, just thinking about it now, the difference, right, with this Page of Cups, what it's telling you is that whatever dream you had is now ready to shift into a goal, something that you're actually going to plan out for, set out to do. And so your goal is now taking a dream, something that's near and dear to your heart, something that you're really fond of, that you love, that you're passionate about. You're now ready to shift that into a goal. So a dream can seem like something that you can't pin down or actually achieve. And a goal is more tangible, where, I want to, save money for a house. So I have to, I'm going to have to work this many hours. I'm going to put this money away, and then we'll get there. Or, I want to fit into a particular size. So I'm going to, they're like measurable, quantifiable things that we can make plans for to achieve, where a dream just seems exactly like bigger than us, like trying to pin a cloud, that was pretty cheesy too, because I talked about the Sound of Music a few seconds ago. And, and so this is what's happened here. The message is that what is the goal is it's a dream that's ready to shift into a goal, because you're really that invested in it, and you realize that all of our dreams can be attainable and can be goals if we do just look at them that way and shift our mindset around that. So let's see, what is my attitude? So let's see, what's shifting with this is your attitude as well. So your attitude here is this 9 of Pentacles. And that is, you are confident right now. Like you're grounded. Your root chakra is just on fire. It has taken seat in the ground, and you are blossoming from the earth up, and you are standing in your power, in your light. You are definitely feeling this dream state into a goal possibility and reality, because the goal is coming from your heart, from a very authentic, clear place. And that's coming because your attitude right now is so rooted and so confident that you can visualize your dreams actually becoming tangible. I really had to stop because that was like the end, like the message came in and it was like done. I wanted to say like 10,000 more words. Let's see, when should I begin? Okay, this one just popped out. Oh, Ace of Swords. Let's welcome Archangel Michael to this reading. So when should you begin? Now. Immediately, if not sooner. Immediately, if not sooner, shift this, get into this really confident state to turn this, possible dream into a tangible goal that you go for. And this Ace of Swords, if you do work with Archangel Michael, I would definitely, reach out to him to help with this, like to use that sort of like that mental clarity to clear away anything that might have been fogging up this area of dreaminess into this practicality, this tangible possibility. And so have him clear that out, because when you should begin is now. Like the Ace, the Ace is the beginning of the journey. The Ace of Swords is total just clarity. Like this was like, again, centered in your heart. Your dream, your goal is a dream that is now taking seat in your head. So where it was, your head was up in the clouds and you didn't think that this dream could ever be an actual reality, a goal, you have had this clarity. And the clarity has made you see that what you dream about, you can bring to fruition. And you have this attitude now of being so grounded, so rooted, of being so confident that you can achieve whatever, you dream up can become reality in this earth. And this is when? Now. Start it now, What is your challenge? Well, let's see. It's so funny because I have all these, like, my personal instinct is just to keep talking, like, why say something in 3 words when I can say it in 100? And this message is just like, it's like stopping my words from coming out. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. What is my challenge? The 7 of Cups. What's a good challenge to have? So your challenge is, you have a lot of dreams and a lot of things that you want to achieve. It's options. I'm going to tell you, there's a few messages coming in here. So just like the goal is really honing into what is something that you've only dreamed about, that you truly desire and love. I keep thinking of like sort of cliche things. And this is a general read, so that's why I say it like that. But if it is yours, it's not a cliche. It's just, when you're a kid and, what do you want to do? And it's like, I want to be a clown, a dancer, there's like all these, you just say careers based on things that they've said. But a lot of us will see something that really inspires us and moves us. And it doesn't have to just be when you're a kid. It's at any time when something, it could have been yesterday and you could be, 100 years old. The point is that it's this energy of this Page of Cups and what is your goal is the energy of something that really lights your heart. It really excites you to even think about. But there's something about it that seems so unattainable, so unreachable, that it's more of a dream state, like I want to have $10 million in the bank, or I want to, every morning I want someone to buy me coffee, or just something that you think about that just seems so just outlandish. And I know my examples weren't that great. My creativity is failing me right now. But the point of where we're heading in this reading is the goal is that you now, your attitude today, as you're watching this, your attitude is one that, I refer to Archangel Michael as, the ultimate, slayer of the dragon with his sword. So the Ace of Swords really represents that for me and for many. It's not something I just made up, but I do adhere to that. So your attitude in this very rooted, confident, energy of this Nine of Pentacles, she has all the earthly possessions and the confidence to back it up. This attitude has made you see that your dreams can be tangible as well because of how you're feeling, of what you've attained, what goals you have reached, what you've been able to see for yourself that you're capable of accomplishing has made you a believer that you can take dreams and make them actual goals that you then strive to get to. And this is telling you that you start it now. The challenge is going to be that in this state that you're in, this really confident, now I can see that my dreams can come true. What's happening is that the challenge is a little shadow work. What that means is that you're suddenly like, what? Any dream is going to happen. I have options. Look, I have these 7 cups. Like, what do I can't think, I can't move fast enough for all these dreams, coming in that I'm going to turn into goals and I'm going to make reality. And so the challenge isn't that you need to limit yourself, is that you just also need to maintain awareness that there's a fine line between being really confident, standing in our power, and having that mental clarity when we start a project to really stay in this grounded energy, this very level-headed, pragmatic, clear energy, rooted energy, and then make our plan. No matter how big the dream seems, when we're in this energy, there's this fine line of taking this, and too much shadow becomes ego. And suddenly we're arrogant or we're cocky about what we can, accomplish. And it takes us into a little bit of the shadow energy that is fleeing. We can move past it quickly if we can be aware and acknowledge that we're in there. Otherwise, this can destabilize us, and all you need is to have one of these big dreams that you're excited about because you've seen what you can do, you're clear, you're ready, and then something doesn't go as you're planning, but primarily because you really maybe didn't plan so well. You just went for it in this very dreamy state, and you lost a little bit of footing because, like I said, the challenge here is that this is such powerful energy that's really for the sake of this reading, because this is our goal, right? And it's this dream, but we're feeling ourselves here because this is so rooted, so grounded, so like mental clarity that we can, when heart and mind combine, heart needs to win. But what happens is that more often than not, heart doesn't win. Our thoughts do. Too much thinking about stuff, whether it's we got a plan or again, that arrogance of we can get a little too comfy in our confidence, that it shifts into a bit of arrogance of, I can't be told what to do. I can't take any suggestions or any advice because I already know everything. Look at what I've accomplished. So the challenge is going to be for you to maintain this, rooted energy, this grounded energy that builds and like blooms this confidence without letting all the clarity and all the confidence shift into an arrogance of, I will go out and instead of doing your 1 cup, your one dream that's now sort of shifting positions into possible goals, for you to suddenly go, well, you know what, this seems pretty easy and I can do this. Let's just come up and have a plan for 7 things right now. Like, this is just reminding us that that's the challenge we're going to be faced with when something, they'll say that it's not hard to make money, it's hard to keep money. It's not, when you have one idea, first million isn't hard. It's, keeping it. But once you do it once, it's easier. I've heard people from, even on YouTube or different things where really hard to get my first, so many subscribers, but, things, and once I got so many, it just kept growing. Or in anything, it's a numbers game and things happen exponentially, you know? So when you have a million of something, that's that many more eyes on it. So it is going to just keep growing faster. And so what you don't want to do is just go with a smaller quantity of 1 to 7 and suddenly want to magnify this into something that doesn't actually make sense and doesn't have a plan. So you just want to maintain that, you know. I would suggest continuing to call on Archangel Michael for that clarity to keep you in this grounded, rooted energy and not shift into letting too much of the shadow. I mean, you want the confidence, you just don't want it to flip into too much ego feeding and arrogance, right? That's going to be the challenge. So how shall I meet this challenge? The 7 of Swords. Okay. Perfect. So the 7 of Swords is like the tricky card. He's the trickster. You know, he's trying to walk away. He's trying to balance all these swords. He's walking away. He's taking them. He's deceitful. He's mischievous. He's got that kind of, well, not kind of, that's the energy that he has. So how you shall meet this challenge is be aware. Here it is, right? We have, when you look at this, we're really balanced. We have 2 cup cards and, you know what's interesting, the 2 cup cards we have is the page and he's or she is holding 1 cup, and then we have the 7 of cups. You know, options and opportunities are a good thing if we don't let our shadow get in the way. And then we have the 1 sword, the Ace of Swords, powerful, total clarity, let's begin. And then here we have 7. So you have these 2 7s here, and here's the 7 of Swords being tricky. So with each, and then here you are, stable, confident, rooted, really centered, grounded. You have all your earthly possessions. You have resources. You know, maybe birds are, you know, spirit animals for you, or guides. You know, look at that. There's this energy. So we're really balanced, and we can have the heart and mind, you know, balance, where this Page of Cups, well, it's a court card versus this Ace of Swords. So this is still tipping the scale towards being very, you know, authentic and functioning from our heart space, but with a mental clarity and a clarity that is like that you're aware of it. So you're not overthinking, but you are clear, but you're still in this really authentic space. And then challenge, and how do you meet the challenge? Both 7s, both having to do with shadow, both having to do with heart and mind here. Are we going to, and these are like flipped, because the energy of this 7 of Cups is the shadow of like, oh shit, I have all these options and all these opportunities. I want it all. What should I do? My heart can't decide, you know, do I want ice cream with sprinkles and cake? And, you know, do I want this? I have 7 job offers. They all seem good. What do I do? What do I do? And on this side you have, which is typically that overthinking space is typically associated, excuse me, with swords. And in this case, it's our heart that's just like bursting, because when our shadow gets in there, there's that, you know, it casts that darkness over our ability to see clearly, right? And that's our mental space here. And here's the 7 of Swords, and he's being tricky, you know, and he has all of this, and he's like, he's got those 2, he's trying to take these 5, he's just doing too much, right? So both of these are, the challenge is going to be to keep check of your ego, your shadow, and to do so is to really, I would say, go back to this clarity right here in the center. Right now we have this Ace of Swords, this Archangel Michael. Like, it's about clarity, not being sort of stifled or confused by all of the options that we have, that we're trying to see, how do we take all, you know, you have 7 here he's trying to run off with 5, you know. Let's go back to our dream. Let's go back to one dream that we're going to turn into a goal, and then we'll get here. You know, you're this 9 of Pentacles. There's no reason why down the line you're not checking off 7, 10, all of these different amounts of goals that you're turning dreams into goals and into reality. But for now, you just want to keep a close eye on that and be an awareness, I should say, of that. So what will happen if I give up? What will happen if I give up? The higher font. Nothing. Okay, so what will happen if you give up? Being that this is the representation of your attitude, what happens if you give up on this one right now? Say that this energy kind of wins. Say that the challenge is you do have way too many options and opportunities, and you're trying to see how do you want to try to just launch 5 plans right now, or 5 ideas, 5 businesses, 5 you have 5 careers you've always wanted to try out. You're just going to go for them all, and or all 7, however this energy is working out. What happens if you just throw in the towel because this gets overpowered and this is still your attitude? And the Hierophant is like this very, very traditional, grounded energy, right? Like, I mean, they call this like the Pope of the Tarot. So it's like the top of the heap, but very earth energy, very grounded, just like this 9 of Pentacles. Less about the material possession and definitely more about the intellectual possession of control over their mind, of knowing what's right, like very binary in right and wrong, and clarity in making decisions and standing really solid in them. They're coming not from a place of arrogance, right? Not from this ego driven place or shadow place. The Hierophant's decision making is powerful because it comes from a total place of knowing that, and that energy comes from their mental space. Like their headspace isn't overthinking. It's not arrogant thinking. It's just knowing. It's all knowing. This is what I'm deciding. This is what I'm doing. So if you decide that you're going to give up on this dream that you were thinking, nothing changes for you, because it would have been, if you pull the plug on this now, it's because you recognize that this energy was becoming too much, and you remember your attitude and that you have this ability, and here you are. So nothing changes. You might just need to take this very secure, or I should say this very intentional pause to regroup, replan, revisit this dream. See, it's right underneath the Page of Cups. And then, replan out how it is that you decide to go about it, because you recognize this. So you still don't have to even worry about this energy, because this is much stronger, more long lasting, far outweighs this energy. So it would just, I'm really getting the message here that it's not that you would give up, because that's not an option here, because nothing changes. This is who you are. This is the energy. So these little challenges are blips that the message I'm seeing here is that you will have this energy come up, and it's that doubt. It's doubting, it's self-doubt. It's, oh my gosh, like I said, the shadow part of it is that this is calling you to notice this confidence and start second guessing yourself. And so you can live in the space for a small time, however long. It's not lengthy, it's not measurable in too much time. Like these are like hours to days where you're going to be sort of going down the rabbit hole of overthinking stuff, and I want all these things, I don't know what to do, well, maybe I do, maybe I don't, and it's just too much going on. This energy here far outweighs that, and this is stable, grounded, much longer lasting energy. This is like years, months and years, decades of this energy versus this fleeting energy. So it's not so much that you're giving up on anything, it's just you remembering who you are, and that you can turn your dreams into this very stable, tangible goal, that you are clear-minded enough, and that you know the direction that you need to take and how you need to move forward to achieving that, and not let this other energy interfere. So it says, what happens if I persevere? The Magician. So what happens? You manifest what you want. You turn that dream into reality. That's the whole message. Who offers you help? So we have Archangel Michael already here saying to start now, and who offers you help is a Knight of Pentacles. So this could be a person that comes in. What I'm getting the sense of more than an actual person, it's that reminder. We have this little sort of triangle trifecta here over the Magician. You know, here's your attitude, Nine of Pentacles. Here's the Hierophant, really solid earth energy. And here is the Knight of Pentacles, messenger. Slow and steady wins this race. Offer of money, more tangible, more resource, turning, something that's a dream into a reality, but slow and steady, right? You're clear-minded. You start now. You have the path, the journey before him. He sees it. It's a long journey, but he is up for it, and there's no stopping him. So who offers to help? Like I said, there's a couple messages. One can be that you do have somebody coming in that's going to be right there with you, slow and steady, working towards this with you. It's also just a reminder of, that's who you are. Like I said, this is long-lasting energy. This is earth energy. Earth energy. That's what's helping you is you. Honestly, that's what I see. It's you knowing, again, the true vision, the all-knowing, all-seeing, not from a third eye perspective, but from a earth position. So where Archangel Michael is coming in and clearing the path for you in your mind, this Hierophant is steady, grounded, just like you are, just like the Sun of Pentacles, to the earth. And the offer to help is that this is the energy that's going to turn this dream in your heart into an actual tangible reality. And so the offer of help is to maintain your vision long term. As you're mapping out this goal, what is your long term goal? What's your long term plan? Like I said, for some, it can be that you will have a person coming in that's going to offer maybe to finance your dream. Maybe if it's whether it's a loan or with some sort of resource, you will have that offer. For others, this is just a very strong reminder of who you are, and to maintain your attitude, and to maintain the knowing that giving up is not an option, and that if you stay your course and you plan and you take it slow, and you're not, you're taking your time, you're not rushing this, you're not trying to overwhelm yourself with options and then try to be sneaky to get there, but you're clear on your plan, on your long-term goal, on why this dream has been with you for so long, and now you've got a clear roadmap. And it's not going to happen tomorrow, but it's worth taking the steps, because you will manifest what you want. And these, it's all coming together, and it's going to be long lasting. It's going to work. It's going to be great. It's going to be all the things that you want. But it's not rushed. And it's going to take the work and the time, to put into it, but you want to do it because you're so seated in your throne of just awesomeness that you can get there. And so the journey is enjoyable because it's living out the dream that you are now turning into a goal that you're living. And so that's really the offer. So what will you discover? Let's see. Ten of Cups. So you discover happily ever after. Total, just like the happiness card, family, community, laughter, love, authenticity of what happens when you are doing what you love to do. They say that if you do what you love, it doesn't feel like work, like you would do it for free. It's that feeling, that's what you will discover, is that suddenly, once you've cleared out this energy and you realize that these challenges are nothing that's going to deter you from your all-knowing, that you can turn your dreams, you can manifest your dreams into reality, then what you discover that. You discover this is this 10 of cups outweighs this 7 of cups shadow energy. And so what you take away, what you're learning here, what you discover about yourself is that when you are authentic and you're in your heart space, with that, clarity happens and you're in your power, and your power is this really long, it is who you're meant to be, this manifester of all of your dreams, and you discover that so long, now that you don't have to worry about this, petty little energy here and there. The shadow's going to creep up no matter what, right? That we know. And this reminds you that you can shift that out of the way, maintain your seat here, and that authenticity you'll discover will lead to all of this rainbow, this never-ending, amount of love to fill your cup, and surrounded by those you love in your community and your family. And this last card here is, what is your reward? Strength. There's the infinity symbol above her crown. Strength tames the lion. You're taming your own shadow. You're surpassing any mental mind games that want to shift doubt and fear, make you think that, oh my gosh, you have so many options and opportunities, that what if you pick the wrong one, or what if you do, or let's take what we can't possibly have everything. This energy, once you get through that and you realize who you are here with this Hierophant, and that you have this power of manifesting whatever you desire, and that in a tangible way, in an earth way, that you can hold on to that coin in this great attitude that you are, and starting today with that attitude, that you can turn dreams that you've had for as long as you can remember into reality, and that what you discover along the way is that you always had that ability, and you're okay. You're not upset about that. You're embracing this knowing, this knowledge now, into just how many cups, like never ending amount of cups that you can fill with love and hope and joy and family and community. When all of that, comes into fruition, you're the strength card, and the reward is that now you see it's infinite, it's never ending. Look, another infinity symbol above the magician, above the strength card. You can tame your shadow and those doubts and fears. You can tame them, to squelch them, so that they don't deter you from your life's purpose, your greater purpose, your greater meaning that you were put here for. And that is to turn any dream you have into a tangible reality in a way that is directly functioning from your heart space. And that is all I have today. That is a beautiful message. I definitely hope that you take this Ace of Swords to heart and think of what this dream is and start it today, if not sooner, right? Immediately, if not sooner. That is the reading for today. I'll see you again tomorrow, January 27th.